know that 78% of adults live paycheck to paycheck, and nearly half can't handle a $400 emergency expense? And here's the kicker. It's not just about how much you earn, it's about what you do with your money. That's where most of us get stuck. So today, I'm diving into the advice of one of the most talked about personal finance gurus, Robert Kiyosaki, to see if his strategies can help me and you finally break free from the financial rat race. Can his ideas transform the way we think about money? Let's find out. Robert Kiyosaki is best known for his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you've never heard of it, here's the gist. The book is part memoir, part financial guide, and it's built around the lessons he learned from two father figures in his life. His rich dad taught him how to think about wealth and investments, while his poor dad followed the traditional path of education and employment but struggled financially. Kiyosaki's central message? The way most of us think about money is completely backwards. He's not just a finance guy, he's a disruptor of conventional wisdom. This book has been called life-changing by millions of readers. But what I want to know is, does it work for someone like me? Someone with no finance degree, no wealthy family, and just a basic understanding of investing. Let's break it down. So, what's the big problem Kiyosaki says we're facing? It's the way we're taught to think about money. Growing up, many of us were told, go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, and save as much as you can. Sounds logical, right? But here's where things fall apart. Think about it. How many people do you know who followed that advice but still struggle financially? They work long hours, yet never seem to get ahead. Kiyosaki calls this the rat race, the endless cycle of earning, spending, and stressing about money. And I'll admit, I've been stuck in it myself. I've had moments where I thought, if I could just make a little more money, everything would be fine. But that's a myth, and Kiyosaki explains why. He says the real issue is not how much we make, but how we use what we make. Most of us are stuck in a cycle where our income rises, but so do our expenses. We buy liabilities, things that cost us money in the long run without realizing it. Sound familiar? Because I've definitely been guilty of this. Here's where Kiyosaki flips the script. He identifies three game-changing concepts. Financial education is key. Kiyosaki argues that our education system doesn't prepare us for financial success. Schools teach us algebra and history, but not how to invest, save, or manage debt. He says we need to take control of our own financial education by reading, learning, and experimenting. If you want to master money, he says, you have to start by mastering your mindset. Assets versus liabilities. This is probably his most famous lesson. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, like a rental property or dividend-paying stock. A liability is something that takes money out, like your car loan or credit card debt. The key, he says, is to stop buying liabilities disguised as assets. Kiyosaki says the rich focus on acquiring income-generating assets, while the poor and middle class spend money on liabilities they think are assets. That's a tough pill to swallow, but it's true. Passive income and cash flow. Lastly, he emphasizes the importance of passive income, money you earn without actively working for it. Think rental income, royalties, or profits from a business. Instead of working for money, Kiyosaki says, we should aim to make money work for us. The most mind-blowing advice for me? Kiyosaki's mantra, the rich don't work for money. That flipped my entire perspective. It's not about working harder or longer, it's about building systems that generate income while you sleep. For example, instead of saving every spare dollar in a low-interest savings account, he suggests investing it in assets that grow over time. It's about shifting from a survival mindset to a growth mindset. I realized that even starting small, buying a few shares of stock or putting $50 into a savings account for a future investment, can make a huge difference over time. So here's the takeaway. Robert Kiyosaki's advice isn't just about getting rich, it's about gaining control over your financial future. By focusing on financial education, investing in assets, and building passive income streams, you can step out of the rat race and onto the path of financial independence. And while it's not easy, the first step is simply deciding to take action. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about Robert Kiyosaki's advice? Are you already applying any of these strategies, or are you just getting started like me? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Also, if you're curious about beginner-friendly investment ideas, check out my next video where I test a few methods to start building assets from scratch. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and here's to building the financial freedom we all deserve.